안녕하세요, 제 이름은 Nami입니다. Hi, it's Nami. It's been a long time since I've talked to you guys about my weight and my physical health and my diet and what I've been eating ever since I've been pregnant. I think since I've done like postpartum vlogs and updates, I think 6 months was my last one. And baby's 2.5 now, so it's been like 2 years since I've done like a postpartum update. So I wanted to sit down and talk to you about what's been working for me, especially with doing a lot of research online and with a lot of information from other creators who are more dietary and dietitian based content, as well as fitness based content, to kind of formulate what would work best for my body in terms of my food choices, as well as to pair with exercise. So I've been following this creator on TikTok named Rav Malik, and he creates content about big food and things that big food doesn't want you to know in order to make more money, make more profits, and keep you hooked on buying more snacks, buying more food, and gaining more weight, keep your appetite up. The main aspects that he talks about is insulin and glucose, sugar levels, and he also talks about fiber. In the past, I did try many different types of diets. I've tried calorie diets, like controlling calorie diets. I've tried calorie deficit diets where I exercise more than the calories I'm consuming. I've also tried keto diet, which I did like while I was breastfeeding, and I think I was like 3 months postpartum, like 4 months, something crazy. Like, I don't recommend doing such an extreme diet like keto diet where you only eat proteins and meats and certain green vegetables, and you have to avoid complex carbs as well, including carrots and like majority of fruits due to the high sugar content. I've also tried physical constraints like postpartum waistbands to help suck in your tummy after you give birth. I've also lost about 10 pounds over 2 months after starting some antidepressant medication. I don't suggest starting any type of medication for the purpose of weight loss, because medications will react differently to your bodies, and your bodies will react different depending on how your body reacts. For example, a friend of ours takes similar medication as me, but they actually experience weight gain due to increase of appetite because it affects their insulin levels different from how it affects mine. But after I came off my medication, a year of taking it, I actually gained back 20 pounds, 10 pounds. In terms of my relationship with my body, my weight goal is to be fit and also to have a good metabolism and a good diet that is sustainable and healthy for me. But I had extreme body dysmorphia for like, I would say like a good 7 years. Because of my pregnancies and births, I've gone through 3 C-sections, and your body doesn't recover the same way after surgery as opposed to natural birth. Even though the differences are very minute, it was difficult for me because I had some complications in the birthing as well. So with hemorrhages and like my body needing to focus on recovery there, and uterine infections, and it was just like a lot for my body to handle. And mentally, I was having a hard time with postpartum depression and looking at myself in the mirror and seeing this like traumatized body basically. It caused a lot of body dysmorphia, and it was also the way that I was viewing my face too, because the weight of my body was also affecting the shape of my face and everything. But because keto was such a hard diet for me to maintain, now I've just implemented 2 changes to my diet. I've increased my fiber intake. So I make sure that I'm having a lot of fibrous foods, and I'm able to then allow my body to process the sugar levels and bring down my insulin in between meals. And I also cut down on white carbs, because white carbs or just like processed wheat, rice stripped of its like shell and all the grain and just like straight up gluten, even like cereal, white carbs is designed to give you a lot of sugar because it converts in your body as glucose, and then your body has this high spike of sugar, and then your insulin will also spike. But when your insulin spikes and your blood sugar goes down, then your insulin will stay up high if you're constantly feeding yourself sugar. And that includes like the sugar from the white carbs. And so I was feeling hungry all the time, especially after my 3rd pregnancy. I was eating like 3 portions of a meal each sitting, and afterwards I would still feel hungry even though my stomach is like full. And I think also breastfeeding hormones affected my appetite too, because she just recently weaned, like literally a month ago, like past 2.5 years old, and the breastfeeding hormones just made me hungry all the time. So I think that was a huge factor in my appetite. But I love white carbs, I love desserts, I love cereals, I love bread. And after discovering the TikToks talking about insulin, blood sugar, and fiber, I incorporated more fiber into my diet and less white carbs that's just gonna translate directly to sugar. That way I can still have my desserts. It's the logic that keeps me going, okay? And I'm now experiencing actually like pretty great results in the matter of like a month. I don't feel hungry all the time. I actually don't really feel hungry before I eat either. I just know that it's time for me to eat because my stomach feels empty, but I don't feel that intense, strong desire for food. TMI, but I've been having better bowel movements. I've had like constipation since I've been a young child, like forever. Like I only pooed like once a week. Every time they clog the toilet, because literally like it's like rock hard, and this little child, stick thin, is pooing only once a week. But I'm doing much better now in that department, and I've experienced a lot of just higher energy levels. Even though I'm not eating as much foods, I don't feel groggy. I actually don't experience any bloating anymore starting from last month, and it just feels healthy. Like I feel clean, and I don't have dog breath the way that keto gives you dog breath. I've also been focusing on other areas of my health as well, and being more mindful in elevating my life experience and not feeling poopy all the time and just like dead and like trash. I want to be healthy and enjoy living. So I have been going to the gym, and I did have some issues with my knees where I was experiencing pain all the time, and I couldn't use the stairs. I couldn't even like sit down properly, like without holding something. It was really bad because I injured my ankle and I was overusing my knees. I even got tested for arthritis because it was bad. But anyway, I got a personal trainer to help me rehabilitate my knees. I've also been just trying my best to focus on different areas of my health so that I can have a well-rounded health experience with myself in this body. This is specific to my dietary health and my diet and what I've been changing and the effects that I've been experiencing over the last like few weeks. But I hope it was helpful, and I will see you in the next video. So subscribe and click the bell notification to be notified for new videos. Have a wonderful day. Bye!